Welcome back to Houston Life. Okay, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That means it's happy hour right now in Studio B. And if you need some help navigating your wine menus for fall, our next guest can really help.
Fall, we are just about there. Author and lifestyle expert Donna Bosso is joining us. She's an expert on all things fun. Two of her books, by the way, she actually wrote the book on fun, Fidget Busters, and What the Fun. So Donna is an expert when it comes to even the adult fun, which is why today we'll be uncorking some adult beverages. Donna, it's great to see you. Happy fall. Can't believe it's already here. You've got some red options, some white options, and the name of your game here is if you're hosting a party, keep the wine choices simple. Why is that?
Happy hour in Studio B. I love it. Well, like I say in my book, which examines the science of fun, you need to be intentional about fun. So that means planning a party, not just hoping to run into friends and having a great fall. So my number one tip is to keep it simple, because if you don't keep it simple and you make it hard, you won't do it. So first of all, I say stick with 2 or 3 kinds of wines, your red and your white, because your guests are going to come over. They're going to want to have a good time. You're going to want them to stay, and you don't want them fidgeting all over trying to find their refill.
Yeah, that is a problem. I've been to parties, and it's like every bottle you pull out is something different. You don't want to open up someone's $100 bottle or, do
mix.
something. Right, or mix your drink. So you're keeping it simple, just having a couple of selections. But when you are stocking up, how many bottles? Like, how do you figure out how many to buy?
Well, rule of thumb is about a half a bottle per person per 2 hours, but you always have those friends that, a little more, a little less. I say don't overthink it, because you can always DoorDash and get some more if you start to run low, right?
Yes.
Okay, so half a bottle per person for every couple hours. So if you have a 10-hour party, no, I'm kidding. So, okay.
Someone shutting it down.
I love how you think.
Yes.
Well, your tip, Donna, to keep it simple and pick a few of your favorites, it really is a great tip so people aren't fishing through bottles. Today you have some red options, some white options. The red are from someplace, they're called Highlands 41. And where is this, California?
Yes, Basso Robles, and that is the hot area. It's the fastest growing AVA in America. Everybody's talking about that area. And these come from certified sustainable vineyard and winery. I'm in love with the red blend. Now, I love a red blend because it's like kind of the best of everything, as you know. Their black granite was named #1 on Wine Enthusiast's top 100 wines. So you can't go wrong with that. Pick it up at HEB, and it's $15.99. So it's a good price point to serve a crowd.
There you go. Tessa and I are trying it right now. Cheers to you, Donna. And California.
Cheers.
I mean, I love that, there are different regions that are finally getting the recognition they deserve.
Yeah, and listen, we all like wine, but when you tell us it's working on sustainability, things like that, I always say cheers to that, and makes every drink a little better.
Absolutely. And Highlands 41's cab, now it's a California cab, and that is the rage now. I mean, that will be the talk of the party. It is also a delicious wine. And like I said, you want to bring in some wines that'll bring some hype to the crowd.
Okay, so we're going for this is the California cab then. The first one was the black granite. Is this also a similar price point there?
Absolutely. $15.99. Now you can also find that at HEB, or you can order it online if you're planning in advance.
Wow, it's a really mellow flavor. It's difficult to describe it. There's not like a zingy bite to it. It's very smooth. It's an easy drinker.
And a price point that's great.
Easy drinker. You're right on that.
A little bit dangerous. Okay, Highlands 41. Good stuff. Moving on to the whites here. This is from a brand called Riva de la Rosa, and the first one is a Vermentino. So white wines, I mean, typically people think of like a Chardonnay, a Pinot Grigio, maybe a Sauvignon Blanc. What differentiates this winemaker?
Well, these wines come from Italy. So think about that, an Italian white wine. It's so surprising and refreshing. So imagine going to the Tuscany coast and finding all the best white Italian wines. Well, you don't have to, because they have selected them for you. And, they do have the Sauvignon, which is like what everybody is, familiar with, but they have some really surprising white flavors too that really will be the talk of the party. Now, price points on these white wines, $18.99, and you can find them at Kroger or order them online if you're planning in advance.
This is really fresh and it's refreshing, but it also works for fall. When I'm thinking fall, I mostly think of red, so I love a white wine recommendation right now.
That was the Vermentino. Looks like we've moved on to the Gavi as well. How would you describe the Gavi? What would it be similar to in terms of what most people would be familiar with when it comes to white
So that's
wine.
what it's not similar. It's not similar to anything you've tasted before. It's not super fruity. I really like it. I think it's a very sophisticated taste. It's very different. It's not like your Sauvignon. It's a little bit different.
Different in a good way, yeah.
Yeah, and not overly fruity. I would say there's just a hint of like a tartness, but a very smooth. Again, these are all very easy drinkers, Donna.
Yeah, very smart wine for sure. Everything, keep it simple. Like when you decorate for the party, you're taking your fun outdoors. It's finally nights in Houston, right? You got to take advantage of the weather cooling down a little bit. So, use that when you're building your tablescape. I mean, maybe it's brown paper. I've got my table put together in burlap right here. I've got sea glass, pine cones, play with it. Fresh flowers, lots of candles and twinkle lights because you're going to want your guests to stay. And when it comes to food, don't overthink it. Keep it simple. All these wines pair very well with cheese and fruit. And you know what? Wrap these wines and in burlap and twine. Super easy. And this makes the best party gift for your friends. And you can add tags to the wines and let them know about the California Cab and how it's the rage and why, and the tartness and the smartness of the Gavi wine. And they go home and they can enjoy the fabulous wines that you put out for them that night, next week and for weeks to come.
Yeah, they'll be thinking of you.
Very clever idea. And the burlap too, it's inexpensive, but it's very, very beautiful. And thanks for all the tips and ideas. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Happy fall, everybody.
Happy fall.
Cheers to fall, and cheers to you, Donna.
Delicious Sauv Blanc, by the way. In the meantime, if you are looking to host an outdoor wine party this summer, keep it simple. Remember Donna Bosso's words. You can find Highlands 41 wines at H-E-B or online at highlands41.com, and Riva de la Rosa at Kroger, and also online at rivadelarosawine.com.
And to find more easy-peasy ways to have fun this summer or fall, look for Donna's books, What the Fun and Fidget Busters, or you can follow her on Instagram at Donna Bosso.
Cheers.